What's up, ladies and gents? Simstrano and your host here, and welcome to more Sniper Elite 5. This mission is called Liberation. This is a tough mission. You cannot completely stealth this mission. It's impossible. There's a lot of targets you got to take out. There's a few tanks as well. So we're going to start from the bottom, and they're going to move up to the left. You don't need to worry about the right side objective. You just need to follow the three. We're also going to take out a target as well. That'll be on the left side before we get to the second objective, and then we're going to end at the very top of the map. This is a tough mission, and hopefully you guys enjoy. It's go time.
June 1944. Operation Overlord, the Battle of Normandy. We helped prepare the way by destroying coastal installations. But that was just the overture. This was the main event. The largest amphibious assault in history. The Germans didn't know what hit them. Allied forces made ground fast, fighting their way off the beaches, pushing hard into the mainland. But surprise only lasts so long, and the Germans are rallying their defenses. Villages like Dupont-sur-Douve, a strategically important choke point. The 5th Ranger Battalion has been ordered to secure it, so we can move troop convoys through deeper into the mainland. I've been attached to help them.
Hang on, boys! This is it!
Any landing you can walk away from is a good one. Need to find the Rangers, figure out the situation.
There's an armored car patrolling the village. Looks like a 222. We can't push
Damn, routes are too well coordinated. We need to sabotage their comms before we can take that bridge.
Nazi's got a sniper watching that bridge. Our boys are pinned down. Bastards taking shots at anything that moves. We need to take him out. And fast.
Not found a sniper who can beat me yet.
Alright, so there's one sniper. He's not too difficult. There is also a radio that we need to take out, as well as a tank that we need to take out. And this is what I was trying to tell you, that you cannot stealth this mission completely, although I'm going to do exactly that. No guard will ever see me, and that's just the way that I play. I literally break the games that try to force you to do things that you don't want to do. This is what I love doing. I love challenging myself. Clearly, the developers during this mission said, all right, maybe some of them have been ghosting, maybe some of them have been really stealthing through. We want to make this a little bit more tough. We want to actually make it to where you have to take out tanks to kind of ruin that stealth. So even though we are going to take out the tanks, we will never be seen. No one will ever know exactly where we are. So to me, it's still ghosting. We are actually going to use our sniper rifle in this mission. We haven't done so since the very first one, which is hilarious. But again, I always pride myself in making these games tougher than they actually are. Obviously, you can go around and just take every single person out, then blow up the tanks, and well, guess what? You're still stealthy. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what I do. I don't know. There's something about leaving the enemies surrounding the area, just getting in there to sneak in to take out the tank, and getting out without ever being seen is just so thrilling for me. So if you enjoy that type of gameplay, make sure you leave a like, become a member, everybody, helps the channel, become a patron. Guys, look at the links in the description, check those out. It really, really helps the channel to keep going. This is what we do full time, and if you want to continue to see these videos like this, then support in whatever way you can, liking, commenting, sharing, becoming a member, become a patron, donating, whatever you feel that you can do to help support this channel. Let's keep it going strong. So again, 3 objectives in this little area right here. You could snipe the guy right here if you want. However, people will hear it. So we're going to take a stealthy route into the guy to take him out. Although we are not going to actually eliminate him, we're just going to knock him out. But the other snipers we will be eliminating. You could
Nazi
probably
patrols are
also
out in full
take those
force.
guys out the same way that you
They're
see
not
me
gonna
take
make
this one
things
out.
easy.
But I know a lot of people have been asking in the comments, when are you going to actually use your sniper rifle? And I wanted to do this non-lethally, to take the guys out non-lethally. However, there's a problem with the non-lethal ammo. It seems like even if you get a headshot, the non-lethal ammo doesn't take them out in one shot. It could take up to like 3 or 4 shots just to take out a sniper with non-lethal ammo, even if you're aiming directly at them and it's shooting in the head. So we're going to, I guess, deviate from our challenge that we've been doing here, whereas we haven't taken anyone out except for the one guy on the kill list. And we're actually going to take out, I think, oh my gosh, how many people in this level?
Nazis
We're
have
going to
anti-air
eliminate
guns
about
spread
7
out over the
people.
valley.
That
should take 'em
that
out
is
if I
3
can.
of them is going to be
Help our boys
because
in
of
the air.
sniping, and I believe the other 4 is because we're blowing the heck out of a tank, and there are people inside the tank, and there are people surrounding the tank at the end that we're going to have to obviously eliminate because of that. Now, you know, maybe there's someone else out there that decided to knock everybody out and then do it that way. But honestly, at the end, if you try to do that, and I was thinking about that, I was thinking of going up and taking as many people around the tank as I could and then eliminating the tank by itself. But that would have literally taken like about this would have been an hour and a half to 2 hours. That's just too much for what I'm trying to accomplish here. And I get to do a unique, which I bet you a lot of people probably didn't even know that you could do, way of taking the tank out. I also do a accidental kill on the officer, which I think some of you will enjoy that. Really love the fact that they put these accidental kills in the game, especially for the officers. Each officer that you need to take out can actually be taken out in an accident kind of way, and I think that's really cool, something that I don't remember the Sniper Elite series having before. Maybe they did and I didn't pay attention, but it's really fun doing it. So everyone knows, everyone was telling me when I completed the previous mission that, Strain, I would love to see how you're going to stealth this one. Well, now you got the chance. This is it. It's not exactly how I would have wanted to do it, but there's just no other way around without painstakingly going through every single enemy and knocking them out just so that I can take 2 tanks out. There's no point in that. Remember, we don't get into any combat, so we stay stealth. Nobody knows where we are. We stay ghost, and that's pretty much how I want to play it. So here's where the sniper is. So we're going to go up here. We're going to take him out. Now, the next thing after this is we need to make our way back into where the other 2 objectives are. One is the radio. The other one is the tank that we need to take out. There's about 3 people surrounding the tank. It's possible that 1 or 2 of them could be taken out while you do this. We're going to use a satchel. You could also use a Panzer or something like that. You can, you know, where the workbench is, which you're going to see up in just a little bit. There's a bunch of secondary things that you can pick up. You can pick up one of those, and then you could shoot it from the radio tower, take it out, and get out of there quickly, and still remain just as stealthy. But, excuse me, I found the most satisfaction in actually going up to the tank with a satchel when there's about 4 guards literally within a 10-meter radius of the tank, and being able to stealth in there, set the charges, and get out without being seen. I can't tell you how difficult that was, and I can almost assure you that there's not many people that did it the way that I did. So I feel good about that because I always strive to make this channel as unique as possible. There are a lot of stealth channels out there, but I want to give you guys something that maybe a lot of other people don't do, and that is what I always strive for in every walkthrough that I do, is not to complete it in the most generic of stealth ways, but to make it unique and come up with something that I don't feel others would do. And maybe they do, I don't know, I don't look at other people's channels, so it's possibly that someone else had did it this way, I don't know. But I really felt that what I wanted to do, this felt more kind of like my style. So I will always bring my style to these stealth games and play it the way that you know, what would Strain do is what I always say. But anyways, so what we're going to be doing is showing you where the workbench is. That's where you can also pick up the grenade launcher. You could use that to blow up the tank if you want, but you have to hold on to it the whole time, which is fine. It's not like you're going to drop it. We're not going to mess with any enemies up close and melee, so you can do that as well. But that's too easy for me. That's way too easy. So we want to get up and use the satchel. I'm going to show you where the satchel charges is. It's in the same location as the grenade launcher. You just have to look behind you. It gives you 2 different methods. So you need to come all the way up the stairs. It's the only way you're going to be able to sneak into this room. This is a special hidden room that you would not be able to find unless you came up here. This is where the workbench is, as well as, you know, picking up the items to eliminate the tank. Otherwise, you could use grenades, and I'm sure there's other methods as well. But yeah, I'm just having such a blast playing this, figuring it out. I know the videos are taking a little bit longer than normal, and again, that is because I take my time with these missions. I study, I learn them, I really put a lot of effort into every single video that you have seen on this series. And yes, I know they're only getting 4,000 to 5,000 views. You know what? It is what it is, guys. I understand this channel has 320,000 subscribers, and I completely understand that there's still not 320,000 subscribers here. But I will continue to hopefully earn your subscription and to keep you coming back. If there's anything I can do to make better videos, to get more views, let me know. What is it in your idea is something that I should be doing to maybe get more views on these videos. I do whatever I can. I try to make them unique. I try to make them somewhat entertaining, obviously. It's hard to do when you're doing stealth unless you're going for that like kind of cool stealth kills or things like that. But that's never really been me. I've always been more of a ghost type of player. And for some people, you know, they just want to get in and they want to shoot the sniper in this, and they just want to take everybody out, you know. That's not me. So obviously it takes this is a niche type of genre that I do, the ghosting of games. Even when games really don't want you to do that, I still try to find a way, just because the challenge is something that is just inside me, and I want to keep that going for as long as I can. This can be a little tricky here. You got to remember there's a guard behind you who comes and looks at this direction, so you got to be aware of where he is. You can kind of tell if he's starting to look at you. As soon as you see that, you need to make sure that you get down as soon as possible, because once you break that line of sight, let it go back to 0, and then you should be good to go. Otherwise, he will be able to see you if you don't get down right here, and then obviously that'll ruin your stealth completely. At this point, the guy should have been moving instead of getting back up, because he's literally looking in this direction because we were up long enough for him to really make us out. We want to keep moving now forward, but we'll stay in the prone position. There are 2 guys inside this area right here. It's pretty easy to sneak by them. That's how you can take out alarms. You just need bolt cutters, which you can find. They're pretty easy. They're in the building where the sniper rifle guy is. So what you want to do is make your way. Now, it can be a little tough because you got this guy walking at the same time on the right. Peripherals for these enemies are actually pretty good. I know I've seen a lot of comments from people that say, gosh, these enemies are so stupid. You're like literally right next to them. How do they not see you? Guys, I mean, listen, that's called skill. That's not luck. There is a... Try it. Just try it. Try get as close to some of the enemies that you see me do, and then see if you get caught. That's all I can say about that. Is it is literally practice. It is knowing exactly where their blind spots are that I can manipulate and get around them. And it takes a long time. You're not going to be able to do exactly what I do without figuring some of the mechanics out, without studying some of the enemy patterns, without doing that kind of stuff. It's not something... This is not a game you could just go in and ghost and be like, yeah, that was easy. That's not how this works. You get caught from so many different distances and you just have no idea until all of a sudden someone is shooting at you. So it takes a lot of trial and error. It takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of time. Stealth is not one of those things like an action game where you can just go and be good because all it is shooting. It's a lot more methodical, right? It's thinking more, you know, it's thinking on your feet. It's having a plan, executing that plan, and there's just a lot of things that have to come together for you to see these videos. It's not something that just happens. I don't want to give stealth a bad name and say you can just go in and do it. That's not how it works. You've really, really got to take the time to study and learn the levels and get better at them. That is how stealth works. That is why I don't mind these shorter games that might take 8 to 10 hours. Well, guess what? They take me days because I'm literally spending 5-6 hours sometimes on one level. And I'm sure some of you are as well that do all of the optional objectives and take every enemy out. That's great. That's why I prefer these games over open world, because open world is just, it's just oversaturated to me. So that's why I prefer this. But let's get back to the story at hand. This guy is going to go on the far side. Once he gets on that far side, then we're going to make our way up the stairs. His peripheral vision will not see you as long as you're careful. He can see you sometimes, because sometimes the movement can be a little iffy when you're trying to get around a corner. So just be careful right there. He can see you sometimes, but you should be able to make it through. Here, you're just going to want to wait at the door. I recommend go ahead and go to the right. There's going to be a crowbar in the next room. There was also a crowbar on the bottom level where that guy was as well. You need the crowbar in order to take out the radio. So once he goes back in the direction, he is looking out at the tank that we need to destroy. So when you see me go to this, it's precisely exactly when he's not looking. There is a method to my madness, okay? Everything is done exactly the way it needs to be. No deviation. It will not work. This guy goes 2 points. See how he's looking right there? He will see you at the tank if he's there when you go. You have got to have a feeling for where he is and where he's going to be. Otherwise, it won't work. Notice how he's walking. So there is about a 20-second time difference that allows you to be able to do what you're about to see me do. It took quite a while to really know exactly when to go, when to stop, because not only do you have to worry about all the enemies, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 enemies that are directly within like 10 meters of one guy looking up, this guy looking down, that third guy out there patrolling, see the fourth guy all the way on the other side, and there's a fifth one on the right side of the vehicle that you don't and you will never see because we don't mess with him or we don't even get into his eyesight. But he will see you if you try to go to the tank at the wrong time, so you got to be careful. Once this guy moves, we're going to move to the right side. The guy that is patrolling outside is going to be coming back. The tank itself has its own vision. You'll see it move around. The tank will see you more than anything else in this. So you have to know exactly when to go. You have to do it exactly when that guy moves. That guy on the right. There's a guy on the right side you can't see. You can't even see him right now. Get in here. Get that. Tank is on the other side. Get in. Do the longer fuse so you have enough time to get out. You have made yourself out. If you've done it within the time period you need, he is still over there. You can make your way over here, and oh my gosh, I can't tell you just how hard that was. And yes, please, for the love of all that is holy in this world, save after that, because I cannot stress enough just how difficult right there. And I made it look so easy. And I get those comments all the time. Strain, that looks so easy. It's not even a challenge. I assure you, it's a challenge. Just because someone makes something look easy does not mean it's easy. It just means that they've spent enough of their time to figure all the little pieces that go into making this work. So next up, we're going to do the accidental kill. There's really no explanation I need to say here. Move up and to the left. Remember, you don't get to know where you are on this difficulty, but I play on Xbox Series X on Sniper Elite mode, so I have my map. I know where the things are, so I learn. There's a tank that's coming across here. If you're quick enough, you don't have to worry about him. There's a sniper that's looking at the window of where we're going to be in front of where the actual target is, the kill list officer. One way you could do it is literally go through that window, but you got to be super quick and you got to do it at the right time because the officer moves around and sometimes he'll see you. So I don't recommend going through the window only because that sniper will see you if you're not fast enough and everything doesn't line up. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our way around and go through the building. This allows us to grab the poison, which we can set in the guy's drink, and then we can call him in, that's right, and we can set up an accidental poison kill. Really, really cool stuff. I mean, you didn't have to do it this way. I mean, you could have done it the regular way, but, you know, sometimes the challenge is just so much more fun. So go over here, grab the poison.
So, Troutman's only leaving his hideaway to take food deliveries.
Make your way up here, use it
if
on...
I can get to that food before he does, I can make sure it's to die for.
the cup. I'm very sorry that sometimes I talk over this. That's because I can't hear what's going on right now. Because in order for my voice to record in, I'm doing the after recording. Like I cannot, for the love of me, record at the same time I'm playing this, because otherwise I would be repeating things over and over and over and over again, because there's so much trial and error in these levels. So I'd want to keep the commentary after the fact when I know exactly what to say. And sometimes because of that, my voice can go over things that you might want to hear. I like how he just turns and falls over.
It's one less name on the list. One less link in the Nazi chain of command.
Hide his body, because sometimes there could be people come through here and see the body. Although it isn't going to matter, because we're going to have a lot of bodies found. That's because when you destroy tanks, I mean, bodies are going to go flying. So there's really nothing that I could do. I mean, I could have spent, 2 hours in the recording and then had no bodies found. But man, my mind, my ADHD can only handle so much, Otherwise, it would be taking forever to take each individual target out just so that no bodies are found. And I feel like this mission isn't the kind of mission that you need to do that. So this is the kind of mission that says, hey, you've been doing stealth a lot the past, 5 missions. Why don't you blow some shit up? So I said, touche, Sniper Elite, touche. Let's blow some shit up. So we're going to make our way around to the left. Now you're going to see me light a campfire. That campfire is a secondary starting point. So if you complete the mission for the first time, you can literally start here the next time you do it, maybe when you're playing on Authentic. However, all my Authentics are always going to be starting from the regular starting point. However, you can see where one of the different starting point locations is over here. So if you wanted to, you can come in and hit it at a different angle and do objectives in a different way. That's up to you. But next thing we'll talk about is when I'm up and we've got 3 snipers to take out lickety-split.
Bodies on the bridge. Looks like the work of multiple snipers. Gotta take them out. There he is. Time to take him down.
All right, here we go. First one. Remember, we're on Authentic. We don't get the meter that tells us where we need to aim, so we have to figure it out ourselves. Luckily, these enemies are all close enough to where it's not too difficult. But we had to turn on the motor, or else all the enemies will know exactly what's going on, and your stealth is ruined. So you need to have that motor on, and you can only shoot them once you hear it. Even though you have a silencer on your rifle, that doesn't matter. They will still hear you. Third guy is over in this room here, but you can't get him from this angle, so you're going to have to go down on the bottom floor. Now, my timing kind of sucks when I'm doing all of this, so you're going to see me kind of leave very, very quickly here in a second. That is because there's a vehicle coming behind us. And if you take even just 5 more seconds, that vehicle will see you and ruin your stealth completely. So everything you see me do is because I got to be super quick, especially after this shot. Alright, so you have to wait. Obviously, again, you do not want to shoot. There is an enemy directly below him, and he will hear. He will hear if you decide to shoot when it's not the noise. Wait for it. Go. Like a glove. Alright, now, I didn't at this time know that there was going to be a vehicle coming. So, I was just thinking to myself, alright, so I'm going to start heading up the way that I normally do. Of course, I'm going to save first, especially after you take out a few people. I didn't know if you could turn this off, maybe so as to not mess with people. But just get out of here because there is a vehicle coming on the right side. This train doesn't know it, but at this point, make your way across. That vehicle comes at different times, so it might not be the same on yours. And then we're going to make our way down through this little secondary area. You'll notice the vehicle when we come up here. Get over here to that cover straight ahead, and then wait and get down. There's that vehicle. Wait till he passes. We're going to throw a bottle to distract these two guys over here. Otherwise, you won't be able to make it to the left because he'll see you.
Hast du gesehen, was mit den Amerikanern passiert ist?
Mit denen, die über die Brücke wollten. Ich hab sie schreien gehört.
And once you're done, we're going to move our way over to the left and then up, and then head to the next section, which is going to be the final area. It's going to take a while to get there, though. This is a huge map. Watch out. As you can see, there's a guy there, too. Guys are all over the place, so be careful. Once you get all the way up here, there's going to be one guy you got to worry about. Just wait patiently. Once he gets to his position where he looks for a while, you can make your way to the right and then wait for him to go past. Once he does, then you can make your way into the final area. There's 2 options you can choose. Both will work. I can definitely tell you this, though. Authentic and any other difficulty, the enemies are different. I don't know how to explain that other than just that, because when I was going through on the Xbox version, what you see me do through there's a narrow tunnel, it's like a narrow road. Everything else is kind of invisible walls and doesn't let you go. There are 3 guards there on Sniper Elite mode on the Xbox version. I had to take every single one of them out. It was impossible to stealth by them. The truck wasn't there. Well, there was 1 truck there instead of the second truck. And the guy on the motorbike wasn't there. There was just 3 enemies all in the wrong spot. Impossible for me to go unless I took each of them out individually stealthy. So that's what I did. So I came into this thinking maybe I'm going to have to do the secondary objective, which is going in the trenches. You can stealth that too. I did both. But on Authentic for...
Glider, but he's not here. And neither's his kit. Nazis must have taken him alive. Got to find him.
For whatever reason, it's totally different. So here's where I'm telling you, you can either take a fork in the road on the right or go straight. If you're on Authentic, go straight. You're going to be able to sneak past everyone. So once you get up here, there's just 2 guards right here. Just 2. There's going to be another 2 that come on a motorbike. This truck was not there in Sniper Elite mode. So I'm going to throw this just to get them looking to the right.
Ist da jemand?
Dupont do.
And then we're going to get past.
The Germans
Myself,
won't give it up
I needed to be
without a fight.
super quick because
We need
the
to take this village by any means
motorbike that's
necessary.
coming with the 2 people are literally coming right now. As you can see it right there. So you need to get over to this corner super quickly before any of them have a chance to see you. Now you just need to stealth yourself all the way up to where that vehicle was and keep moving forward. Now there's a total of 4 people right there that you don't really have to worry about too much as long as you're stealthy moving past this point. And the next section is the one where we're going to have to blow up the bridge and blow up a tank and then exfiltrate. You would think stealth is out the window, but you can do this entire thing still stealthy. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Once we move up, we're going to wait for the right time for us to get across to the bridge. We're going to set the detonation charge, and then we're going to go to where we need to detonate it. We're going to detonate it. Then we're going to immediately move up this ladder inside the barn. There is a flare gun. I had no idea. Like, there was nothing told me that if I shot this flare gun at the tank, airstrikes would come in and destroy the tank. I had no clue. I just did it because I thought to myself, why is there a flare gun here? What is the purpose of this specific flare gun? I thought maybe it's used to let people know when you're exfiltrating. So, but I wanted to give it a shot. I said, let me try it. Let me see if I aim this flare gun at the target, at the tank, and see what happens. So I did it, and then I was like, wow, okay. I had no clue, and it just so happened to be a really cool, unique way of taking it out. Again, it's going to cause a lot of bodies to be discovered, obviously, because you're going to be killing like 4 or 5 people right there.
Nazis have barricaded the bridge.
If you don't want to do that method, you can still do the satchel charge on it if you want. But I really kind of like this. I kind of liked how I come up with something a little different. The developers gave you that option of using the flare gun, and I'm really glad that they did, and I'm even more glad that they didn't tell you about it. How awesome is that? Once he looks down, you can move. Go ahead and start running. Set the charges. Get to the left here so the guy doesn't see you. Once he turns around and goes the other direction, we're going to head over to where we need to detonate it. Remember, on this difficulty, it doesn't tell you where you need to go. You just have to already know. It's going to be right over here. That guard should be moving in the left direction, which gives you time. Blow it up. Blow it out your ass. This is going to make it to where the tank's going to come out. Go behind you, head up the ladder, use the flare gun, shoot it right at the tank, and watch the magic. There you go. Now, there's there's a lot of different exfiltration points. One of them is right here. It's actually really hard to get to. I'm going to show you how to do it. All the enemies have cleared up. I wanted to save up here, but for whatever reason, the game decided no more saves for you. So it would not let me save at this specific location right here. I don't know why. You can go back the way you came, and there's another exfiltration point there, but you can actually make it up here. All the enemies are going to be kind of weirded out here. As you can see, this guy is going to constantly get caught on fire. Once he moves, then you're free to move up and then head to the exfiltration point, which is where I will show you it is. And there you go, ladies and gents. You have completed this level. Congratulations. And you still did it, in my opinion, very stealthy.
We've got Shermans incoming. There's got to be a Panzerfaust nearby.
We should go, Monsieur Shadow. If we want to reach the research facility by nightfall, we need to leave now.
You coming with us, Charlie?
Orders are to stay here. Resistance liaison with our American friends.
Glad to have you aboard.
You take care.
See you in Paris. Le Grand Café Rue de Beaujolais. I'll buy you a pastis.
You can count on it.
Fair bird. Good hunting.
And you.
Despense-sur-Douve liberated. Axis forces pushed back. Thanks to Lieutenant Fairburn, US Rangers able to advance.
Möller, Despense-sur-Douve ist gefallen. Unser Nachschub ist abgeschnitten.
Das ändert nichts. Wir schaffen es auch ohne Testdaten. An der Startanlage ist alles, was wir brauchen. Vogel, treffen Sie die nötigen Vorkehrungen. Wir fahren in einer Stunde.
All right, mission complete. We got the kill list, we got the mission, and as you can see, still on the stealth side. Again, we did 11 kills, obviously, but look at our alarms raised. 0. That was the whole point. We did a lot of kills because of the tanks, but hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you again so much. Love you all. Take care of yourselves. Smash that like button. Really helps the channel out. And become a member. Only $2 a month. Love you all, and I'll see you on the next mission. Peace out. Bitches.